Grand Prix Day at Silverstone, and Murray Walker is the commentator.
With the massive crowd still celebrating Nigel Mansell's win in the British Grand Prix on Silverstone's vastly improved new 3¼ mile circuit, the contestants for the Esso British Touring Car Championship race roll up to the grid. We're with championship leader Will Hoy, and up front, that's pole position holder Steve Soper. Row 1, the BMWs of Soper and Hoy, ahead of Tim Harvey and John Cleland's Vauxhall. Then 3 more BMWs, Jonathan Palmer, Ray Belm and David Leslie, with Jeff Allam's Vauxhall. Row 5, Gary Ailes Toyota and Rob Gravitt's Ford. Row 6, Nick Baird BMW and Andy Rouse Toyota, followed by Lawrence Bristow, Frank Sittner and Alistair Lyle, all in BMWs, and Andy Middlehurst's Ford. Then the Nissan of Keith Odor and Netton Lindgren. 15 laps, and it's hot. Look at the heat haze. And Will Hoy has got the jump on Steve Soper down to Cops. Cops corner, lap 1, Hoy leads, Soper second, Harvey third, Ray Bell is in 4th place. They stream round, and somebody's gone wide. Rejoin the track, and we're with Will Hoy now, leading the race. Maggots and into the new Beckett's complex. It's Hoy leading, Soper second, Tim Harvey's third, and then John Cleland's Vauxhall ahead of Ray Belm in his BMW. And there's somebody smoking there. That's the Ford Sapphire of Rob Gravitt. It's Rob Gravitt, number 1, last year's touring car champion. Down the hanger straight, Nick Baird closing up on him, and down to Stowe Corner. Hoy leads, Soper second, then it's Harvey and Cleland fighting for 3rd position. Number 5, John Cleland, looking back now from Soper's car at Harvey and Cleland, and behind them Ray Belm. Out of Vale, onto Club Corner. There's the gap between the 2 leaders and Tim Harvey in the blue and white car, 3rd position. So, Hoy on the right, then Soper. There's Harvey. John Cleland is in 4th position. We're in car with John Cleland now. Ahead of us, Tim Harvey, Steve Soper leading the race, Will Hoy. Out of Club Corner, this is Abbey at 140 miles an hour. In car with John Cleland, up to the tremendously fast right-hander of Bridge, and there it is. Tim Harvey, 3rd, Cleland, 4th. Here are the leaders, Hoy and Soper. Out of Brooklands, into Luffield, the right-hander. That's followed by another right-hander at Luffield, and Rob Gravitt is going into the pits, and it looks as though he's got a flat left front tyre. That's what the smoke's coming from. End of lap 1, Woodcote. And Rob Gravitt, last year's champion, in the pits, and he certainly had got a flat left front tyre. The track star Ford Sierra is in bad shape for having to hammer out the mudguard to get the wheel on and the replacement tyre. Look at that, no tread at all in the middle, it's completely stripped out. Down onto the track, out of the pit lane, rejoining the race goes Rob Gravitt. Now here is a replay. We can see what happened to Gravitt. That's the yellow and red car ahead from Frank Sittner, 14th on the grid. Super start by Sittner, past Andy Rouse, now past Nick Baird. Look at the red and yellow car ahead. Sittner coming up to Gary Ailes' car now as Gravitt cuts across to the right and hits David Leslie's car. Hits David Leslie's BMW right in the middle, and that's what caused the tyre to rub against the mudguard. Now, we're down hanger straight. Hoy leads, Soper second. Hoy's won twice in the championship this year, and Steve Soper is one of BMW's top European men. There he is, looking back from Will Hoy's car. Getting closer. Into Club. Looping right, comes out of Vale, that's a new part of the circuit, and Soper is attacking. Hoy went wide, Soper is attacking, and that's what a 2-litre BMW M3 looks like at 140 miles an hour as they go out of Club, up towards Abbey. Then into Bridge. And Hoy leads, Soper second, into Priory. This is it. Then and Soper goes through. Steve Soper goes through and into the lead. Will Hoy drops back as they go round Brooklands, the left-hander. Steve Soper, BMW, leads. Will Hoy, BMW. And now we're with Will Hoy. There's Steve Soper ahead. He's putting the power down. Coming out of Woodcote to complete the lap. Now, over the grid. And look at this lot, absolutely together. 7 of them fighting for 4. Jeff Hallam is behind there, and now Vale, here they come. Cleland in the Vauxhall, Andy Rouse behind him, 6th position. Jonathan Palmer in the Stripe BMW is in 7th place. That's Vauxhall, Toyota and BMW. In car with Jonathan Palmer, 7th place. Andy Rouse ahead. 4-time British champion Andy Rouse, and Jonathan Palmer is an ex-Grand Prix driver. Let's watch them. Cleland, Vauxhall, Rouse, Toyota. We're back again with Jonathan Palmer. Round bridge. In car with Palmer, and he goes through. Jonathan Palmer goes through, takes Andy Rouse in 6th position. So, Jonathan Palmer's BMW in the points, and the Toyota of Andy Rouse down to 7th place. And Jonathan Palmer, we're with him now, is chasing John Cleland's Vauxhall Cavalier. There it is, number 5. But Andy Rouse isn't giving up. He's in 6th position. He's fighting back. He comes out of Woodcote. He's up alongside Palmer's BMW. He's gone through. Andy Rouse is back into 6th position. Now he is setting about John Cleland. Here they come, down to Copse. Harvey's gone through 3rd, Belm 4th. Here is Cleland, 5th position. Andy Rouse, number 3 in 6th place. Jonathan Palmer behind him. That's how close it is. Back again with Andy Rouse, 6th place. Up to Maggots, from Maggots through the new Beckett's complex. He's going for John Cleland's Vauxhall, which is in 5th place. John Cleland had won at Thruxton, and he won round 5 of the championship here at Silverstone. Now, down the Hanger Straight. Palmer in 7th place. We're with him in the left-hand drive BMW. Andy Rouse ahead in the Toyota. Under the bridge. This is the fastest part of the course, about 140 miles an hour. What a battle. And now it's 5 of them, because Gary Ailes and Frank Sittler have joined the snake into Stowe. And Ailes is inside. Jonathan Palmer is into 7th place. Gary Ailes, number 33, has gone ahead of Jonathan Palmer. And here's a replay. Jonathan Palmer's car, 7th place. He's chasing Rouse's Toyota and Cleland's Vauxhall. Rouse moves across to the right. Jonathan Palmer runs a little wide, and the impudent Gary Ailes goes straight through the gap. Upper place. Beautiful bit of driving. Now, end of the lap. Rouse in 6th place. Chasing Cleland in 5th. Behind is Jonathan Palmer in 7th place, but they're very, very close. Into Copse. So watch the handling of the Vauxhall. Andy Rouse is creeping up alongside the front-wheel drive car. They're absolutely together as they go down to Maggots. So, Cleland on the right, and Rouse on the left. Into Beckett's. Through the tremendously fast and demanding left-right series of corners. You come out of them and into the Hanger Straight, the fastest part of the course. And here they are approaching it now. They're into it now. Cleland, Rouse, we're back again with Jonathan Palmer. He's passed Gary Ailes. He's taken his place back again. Jonathan Palmer in 7th place has pushed Gary Ailes down to 8th, and off goes Andrew Mackenzie's Peugeot. And a bridge, Jonathan Palmer is attacking again. Jonathan Palmer in 7th place is attacking, and he goes past and takes Andy Rouse past the Toyota. Marvellous timing by Grand Prix driver Jonathan Palmer. He's back again to 6th place, and that is the 5th position car ahead of John Cleland, the Vauxhall Cavalier. Front-wheel drive. Here he is, Cleland, Palmer, Rouse, 5th, 6th, 7th. Up to the end of the lap, and it's now the magnificent 7, because there are 7 of them together. Cleland, Palmer, Rouse, Ailes, Sittler, Ellerman, Bristow. Over the line they go. In car with Andy Rouse. Down to Copse. Past Jonathan Palmer. He's taken the place again. What a terrific scrap this is. And now, Andy Rouse is going for John Cleland in 5th place. Maggots. Now look at this. There's the Cavalier, John Cleland. There's the Toyota, Andy Rouse. Behind him, the BMW of Jonathan Palmer. Behind him is Gary Ailes. Behind him in the black car is Frank Sintner. The 1988 British champion. We're in car with Jonathan Palmer. It's Andy Rouse ahead, but only just ahead. Under the bridge at hang-up, building up speed. Now, this is where Jonathan Palmer lost his place to Gary Ailes. I bet he doesn't do it this time, but now it's 9 of them together. And Jonathan Palmer, 22, and Gary Ailes, 33, are absolutely nose to tail. Look at it. In car with Palmer. Rouse is ahead. Ailes is just behind. And Cleland is... And through! Palmer goes through again. Takes Andy Rouse. These two are swapping places all round the circuit, and Jonathan Palmer is back in the points. 6th position. On to Club. They're there now, on their way up to Abbey. The sweeping left-hander, which leads to Bridge. And that's very, very quick indeed. And Jonathan Palmer is approaching it now. We're with him. John Cleland is ahead. They're absolutely together now. And so are the Toyotas of number 3, Andy Rouse, and 33, his teammate Gary Ailes, as Palmer challenges Cleland. Now, this is the approach to Luffield. We're riding with Jonathan Palmer. The tail lights of Cleland's Vauxhall come on. There's Palmer. It's anybody's race at this part of it. Don't forget, though, that Steve Soper is in the lead. Will Hoy is second. That's the battle for third. Harvey and Belm, and now the 9. What a race. Cleland, Palmer, Rouse, Ailes, Sintner, and number 6 is Jeff Allen, and he's coming up fast in the second Vauxhall Cavalier. We're in car with Frank Sintner, 9th place, chasing Gary Ailes. So it's the 1988 British champion, Frank Sintner, trying to get past the new boy in the British Touring Car Championship, Gary Ailes, who's making a great name for himself this year. There he is, 33. Sintner. In car with Sintner. And now Jeff Allen is attacking for 9th. There he is. Jeff Allen going past Frank Sintner. We're with Sintner. On the left, look, that's Jeff Allen coming through, and he's just going to try and ease through, but I think Sintner's going to keep the place as they go into the right-hander, and he does so. But up front, it's Harvey versus Belm. Number 4, Tim Harvey versus Ray Belm for 3rd position. And Jonathan Palmer is attacking now. It's not Andy Rouse this time, it's John Cleland, and he's done it. Jonathan Palmer has come from 7th to 6th, from 6th to 5th. He's through at Brooklands, he's taken John Cleland, and the rest go through. But Gary Ailes, number 33, is down a place, and here's why. Replay, we're with Frank Sintner. He's coming up to try and take number 33, Gary Ailes, and he hits him. Just hits the rear and spins the Toyota round and goes through, and that's why Gary Ailes slipped down. Now, hanger straight, Jonathan Palmer, 5th position. Number 5, John Cleland is 6th. Behind them, Andy Rouse and Frank Sintner in 8th position. And no, he's not, because Jeff Allen goes through. That's Jeff Allen. You saw it from Frank Sintner's point of view, and there is the Vauxhall Cavalier pulling away. Here it is, Jeff Allen. So the ex-British champion, and Frank Sintner goes on now. Somebody's hit him. It looked to me like Lawrence Bristow. Anyway, Frank Sintner is down to 10th position, so Lawrence Bristow must have hit him. And that is Gary Ailes in the pits. Well, I don't know what the trouble is. Oh, well, I can tell you it's not raining, so it must be a split radiator, and that means that Gary Ailes is out of the race. Rotten luck after a fine drive. And Rob Gravitt, the 1990 British champion, is laying a smokescreen. It looks as though he hasn't got far to go either. Off the course, out of the race, Rob Gravitt. Not a good season for him. And John Cleland in the Vauxhall is coming up to lap Andrew Mackenzie's Peugeot. He flashes his lights to let him know he wants to be able to come through, because Andy Rouse is right behind him, and he certainly doesn't want to be balked. So, there is the Peugeot. On the left there is John Cleland. To the right was Andy Rouse. Now we're with Rouse. Cleland goes past the Peugeot. Rouse goes past. Down to Stowe. Cleland in 6th position. There's Andy trying to get through on the inside of Stowe in 7th place. Jeff Allen is closing up on both of them. 8th in the Vauxhall. And that is Keith Odor's Nissan Primera out of the race. And Frank Sittner is now going for Lawrence Bristow. On the right is Sittner. Whoa! Sittner goes through on the inside and Stowe and takes the position from Lawrence Bristow's BMW. And that is Steve Soper. He's led all the way since he passed Will Hoy on lap 3, and the battle for third continues. This is it. Tim Harvey and Ray Bell, but Soper leads, and he's put up a record lap of 94.5 miles an hour as in car with Andy Rouse. He's right up with Cleland. He's fighting for that last point for 6th position because this is the last lap. That's the Cavalier ahead. Both front-wheel drive cars, and it looks as though John Cleland is going to keep it. But Steve Soper leads in the left-hand drive BMW M3. Nothing can beat him now. He's got a really convincing lead. He's just got to go round Luffield 1, Luffield 2 and Woodcote. That's Will Hoy in 2nd position, Tim Harvey in 3rd place and Ray Belm 4th. As Steve Soper exits the last corner of the last lap and looks for the checkered flag for his 2nd victory in the British Touring Car Championship of 1991, and he sees it. Victory for Steve Soper. And with Jonathan Palmer 5th and John Cleland 6th, that's 5 BMWs leading the way home.
Soper from Hoy, Harvey 3rd, Ray Bellham 4th, and John Cleland just fending off Andy Rouse on that last lap to take 6th place. Good tactical race from Will Hoy, but an emphatic victory by Soper after being a little hesitant in the early stages.
The second corner we got to, which is the new Beckett's, I was convinced Will arrived there much too fast and was going to crash, and started to chuckle to myself under my breath. But basically all that was me being half asleep and him really having his act together, and it woke me up, and I had to stick my head down and get charging after him.
Well, he got the run at me from out of club because I was having some traction problems, and he did this a Lacey type dive down the inside, and I saw him coming, and I thought, well, I could have defended. I thought about it because it's easy to defend there, but then I thought, well, I'm right in front of the pits. Vic Lee's sitting watching me. We have bodily contact. That's the last thing he wanted. You know, all you need is a little dent in the wing, and you've routed a tyre. And I have to think of the championship points. When you get a comfortable margin, then you can actually perhaps be a little bit more, you know. Well, you never be wild, but.
But anyway, it's done your championship position no harm at all.
No harm at all. No, it's fine. No, but I prefer winning. I can assure you that.
Will Hoy playing the percentages to extend his championship lead to over 30 points. But the next round would be a 2-race format at Donington Park. The look of the championship could change significantly. Action from that a little later in Grandstand.